Hello and welcome to a new Football Manager 2016 experiment with me, James from the Football Manager WizKids. Now, as you can see, a certain Mr. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is on your screen. So what we've done here, guys, we've made Zlatan, 16 years old, -9 in the editor, which means he's got a good chance of becoming real quality player. 6'5" in height, 14 stone in weight and left-footed. Now, I did alter the quality of his foot. His right foot, I believe, was 17 and his left foot, I believe, was 20. We've brought them down to around 10 and 12 to represent the age that we've given him, a 16-year-old teenager. He has not been declared as a Swedish player, a Swedish international player. He has no caps for the under-21s and no first-team full international caps. As you can see, his happiness up in the top right. He's determined to keep looking for a new club because he's a free agent. We've removed all his club history and where he has played and the trophies he has won. So he is starting from fresh, a blank Zlatan Ibrahimovic. His attributes have been decreased by quite a lot. We've left a few standing out because he does obviously have quality and he must have had some quality at this tender age. Finishing of 11, first touch of 11, long shooting of 12, passing of 14, I maybe should have brought that down a bit, I didn't realise it was quite that high. Penalty taken of 11, aggression 12, bravery 14, determination 17. He must have decent determination as a youngster to have the career that he has had. Flair of 13, jumping reach of 14, natural fitness of 18, stamina 13, strength 14. So we've reduced all his attributes almost by half. We've also removed his favourite personnel, his favourite dislike personnel, his favourite clubs and his favourite dislike clubs. So he's starting blank. This is a new Zlatan Ibrahimovic. As you can see by the positional graph on the bottom left, he plays mainly as a striker, but if a club is desperate, he can play out on the left, he can play behind the striker or on the right of midfield. So here in Zlatan's personal information, as you can see his media comparison, he could be the next Kenneth Andersson. Now Kenneth Andersson had 83 caps for Sweden, scoring 31 goals. He also graced the clubs the likes of Bologna, Lazio and Fenerbahce. He also has a fairly determined personality which could really help him in his road to success. As you can see down at his feet, on the right of the screen, his left foot is strong, his right foot is reasonable. Now those were both very strong prior to me reducing them. His preferred moves, he likes to shoot with power, argue with officials and hits free kicks with power. And he currently has a negative of feeling pressure, interested with the clubs coming for him. He's determined to keep looking for a new club due to being a free agent. As you can see, nation trained in Sweden and the club trained at Malmo. I did leave that because I felt like that if he had a club that he trained at first, then possibly being released by a club, it would be easier for him to find a club in the future. If he had no experience at all, we possibly would have wasted time doing this experiment and he would not have found any club and there would be no value to doing this. Bear in mind, we did sim 15 seasons to see the life and career of Zlatan Ibrahimovic and see how he would do in the future. On a final side note, he is eligible to play for Sweden should he get called up. He is also eligible to play for Bosnia, which would be a big surprise if that happened. So here we are, guys, we have simmed 15 years ahead. Zlatan is now aged 31 and his career took off by getting a contract at Cagliari in Serie B. He played at them for 11 games, getting 3 goals, 2 assists and a 6.77 average before getting a 2.9 million move to Bayern Munich, where he did pick up 2 caps at Bayern, didn't play too great, then got moved to the second team, then went on loan to Berlin, Koppenick, Darmfeld, scoring 15 goals in 21 games, 2 assists, 2 man of the match and a 7.19 average, before being punted back to the Bayern Munich full team 1 game before dropping back down again to the second team, where he then played 2 seasons of 49 games, scoring 39 goals, getting 17 assists and a 7.50 roughly average in those 2 seasons. He then went on loan to Krasnodar in Russia. He played 20 games, 11 goals, 2 assists, 2 player of the match, 7.14 average. Back to Bayern Munich, playing 4 games, 3 goals, 1 assist and a 6.95 average. So after his time in Russia and Germany as well as Italy, he got a free contract move to Aston Villa in the Premier League. Now in his time there, he played 66 games, 66 games, getting around 34 goals, 6 assists, 10 man of the match, and his average would have come out to around 7.20. Then he moved to Ukraine on a free transfer. It seems like money has not often been involved in his transfers here. He moved to Dynamo Kiev, getting 35 games, and that is his current club, where he's scored 15 goals, got 4 player of the matches, and his average is around 6.93. So here is a 32-year-old Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's a rotational squad player for Dynamo Kiev, a favoured, fairly determined personality, continental reputation, 7 under-21 caps, 99 appearances for his nation, 68 goals, so he's an international proven goal machine. But guys, the big surprise, like I said, he was eligible for Bosnia, and that is exactly where he has chosen to lie his national loyalties. £29,000 per week at Dynamo Kiev. He is very poor in terms of happiness because he's not playing that much, and he thinks Ronaldo is a good player. His attributes have bumped up quite a lot, and he looks a very handy and experienced 32-year-old player. He's been a small bit of a journeyman, playing in Italy, Germany, Russia, England and Ukraine throughout this 15-season career. Although, due to probably not being a first-team regular amongst these clubs, he has only won 1 trophy, believe it or not, in 15 years, and that was a UEFA Super Cup for Bayern Munich. Now, as he comes into the end of his career, if you like, maybe 2-3 seasons left, he is valued at 2.8 million. He's probably going to see out his career as a rotational player in Ukraine at Dynamo Kiev. So guys, this was a bit of fun. It was just to see what would happen if you made Zlatan Ibrahimovic a 16-year-old non-international as it stood, and see how his career would turn out if he didn't have a club and he had to start searching for one. His talent and quality and his -9 potential wonder kid took him around the world to a few quality clubs, but he didn't quite pick up the silverware that the Zlatan Ibrahimovic we know would have. A brief, quick experiment, guys. A bit of fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is the life of Zlatan. I'm James. We're the Whiz Kids, and we'll see you everywhere on social media. Thanks for checking it out, guys. Take care.